Welcome to the podcast, Children of the Popcorn. It's the Baron here for the Evil Popcorn podcast. You're listening to us because you know who we are. But as you can see, more than just Mr. Popcorn and I this time. So please, folks, say hello to the children.
Hi, I'm back for a new year. Hopefully, gonna do some more with you guys. So looking forward to it.
Pleasure, pleasure. And of course, from Perth, who do we have?
Soxy, the Salacious Spectre. It's wonderful to be back.
Nice. So we are doing a wonderful, very timely podcast for 28 years later, The Bone Temple, which is still out at the cinemas. It is the fourth film in the 28 universe, and it will be the 4 of 5 unless they decide to make more of them. Released this year, 2026, from the director Nia DaCosta and the writer Alex Garland. Before we get into general thoughts, how has everybody been? Welcome back to the podcast.
Alive, surviving. That's all one can say after last year. Hopefully, in for a better year this year than, that monstrosity.
Yes, I hope for a better year for you and Zam as well. Shout out.
Yeah.
I'm all good, Baron. I went to the dentist today. Off air, we spoke about it. And thank you for hosting me. I'm all good, children. It's like I've been punched 2 or 3 days ago, so still a little caved in. Yeah. But all good. And so glad to be talking about this movie. Soxy, please.
I've been good. I've been away for a while. I've been working on a few films that are coming out soon, I hope. I have a few screenings coming up during WA Made for films I was a part of. Shout out to the team of Bleederville, the team of Doom and Groom, to the team behind Dunstan's Day and Open, the short film. They'll be screening very soon here in Perth. Very excited.
Fantastic.
And it was nice to catch up with you when I was over there in Perth for Speed the Movie, the play.
Yes.
We got to see this together.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you for the ticket, by the way.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, children, when this popped up on my phone coming home from work one night as a reaction, I was like I had to look at it twice. And I was like, what the actual fuck? And you linked up. It was brilliant. It was a really pleasant surprise. Yeah, thank you for sending that through. It was great. Yeah.
But yes, as we said, it's 28 days later, The Bone Temple, the sequel. Sorry, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, the sequel to 28 years later, which is the sequel to 28 weeks later, which is the sequel to 28 days later.
That's it.
That's it.
It gets a little confusing, but yes, eventually.
What are people's initial thoughts about this?
Who goes first?
You go first. Yeah.
I'll go first. Look, I really enjoyed this. I've enjoyed all of the 28 films up to this point. It's a nice continuation of the story, in my opinion, and I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah. I enjoyed the track that this all went down. As soon as I saw the whole Jimmy's plot in the last one, I wanted to know more about that, and they didn't disappoint. So I was really excited at what I got out of that. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Soxy?
I really enjoyed it. I loved the return of certain parts of the soundtrack and the soundtrack in general. I loved the visuals behind it and the story and how certain things come full circle, and it's just fantastic. A real film for the fans.
For sure.
Yes, absolutely. And Nia DaCosta did an amazing job stepping in to do the second part, but somehow bringing it back full circle to the beginning by re-establishing the tone and the character dynamics and the relationship to the world without disrespecting Danny Boyle, taking the vital elements and the dope aspects he created in 28 years later, because shout out to that film. As you know, children, we really like that. And bringing them into the Bone Temple. On the first viewing, when I saw it out at the cinema, it was like, ooh, like it, but that's different. That is such a different pace, rhythm, feel to it. It's not this coming of age action adventure, which like the first one is in comparison now. Is that fair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Yeah.
This one is just just let's just sit for a while with a bunch of grimy scumbags and then just
Yeah.
get to the beauty at the end. Yeah. But
Yeah.
we'll get
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
that. And that on the second viewing, I felt all of that. And when you get to see what's going on with Jimmy, Jack O'Connell, I mean, this dude,
Mm.
yeah,
I
this
just
dude,
thought that,
yeah, he is becoming the man, absolutely,
Yeah.
for me, definitely anyway. Yeah, I liked it quite a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all for now.
It's like you were saying, it could have got away from them with the last one. It was sort of starting to, but they sort of brought everything back, got it back on track, and got that full circle. So it felt like it was a consistent films again, where it nearly didn't. It nearly went somewhere just off left field and nearly got itself lost. And it reined it back in a really nice way.
Yes, absolutely. I'm really happy for Nia DaCosta as well, because Candyman was divisive, as was the Marvels, Baron. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So, given this, for film buffs, I think this franchise is sacred now. I don't think it's sacred to a general audience. Yeah. And that I think is part of its financial problem it's having. Go see this film, please. But for film buffs, this is becoming sacred, and yeah, I really look forward to where it goes. Yeah,
Me too.
We can
100%.
bring it to a complete and satisfying conclusion, because the end of this film's great as well. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We have to get there.
Now, children, we're not going to do a complete plot breakdown, but we are going to spoil parts of this, obviously. So if you haven't seen it yet, first of all, why haven't you? Second, go and see it now at the cinema and then come back and listen to the rest of the podcast. The one thing that I would like to point out that I really enjoyed was the fact that Nia DaCosta hasn't made an effort to ape Danny Boyle's style. Nia DaCosta has continued this world beautifully, but has not used the same visual language. And sometimes when you've got a series like this, where they change directors and the visual language changes too sharply, you get a real sort of disconnection between the films. And I think Nia DaCosta's done a really good job of bringing a style that's theirs that still gives you the link back to the previous style.
Absolutely. She was really able to show that she is a serious director with a serious skill base. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be able to do exactly what you said there, Baron, is the perfect example of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to do the third film? Is it too early to ask that question?
Well, Danny's doing the third film.
Okay. No disrespect to Danny Boyle. I'm a Danny Boyle fan. But she got the tone right for me. Definitely. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what we might do, just to give the children an idea of what to expect, so what we might do is we might just go through a couple of our favorite bits of the film, something that maybe they could have done better or something you didn't like, and then we'll discuss a little bit of the plot at the end, which obviously leads into the next film, if that makes sense. I might just cover a little bit of the admin, and please feel free to jump in if you've got a thought on something. So at the moment, it is sitting at about $47 million box office on a $63 million budget. So it hasn't quite made its money back yet. It is sitting at a 7.7 or 7.8 out of 10 across the aggregate of the websites for the reviews. And I did grab a couple of reviews. As I normally do, I'll get a 5-star and I'll get a 1-star. So the 5-star that I got says, it is a daring, exhilarating, and harrowingly beautiful 5-star horror experience. Directed by Nia DaCosta, this film brilliantly blends intense post-apocalyptic zombie horror with a haunting, cult-driven narrative featuring exceptional performances by Ralph Fiennes and Jack O'Connell.
Agreed.
I think that doesn't quite go far enough. They should also probably mention the acting chops of Spike, who I'm just trying to find him on my list. Why is he not on my list? Oh, there we go. Alfie Williams. Alfie Williams. So this movie is carried on the backs, in my opinion, of Alfie Williams, Jack O'Connell, and Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
And I think that review kind of encapsulates that. Does anyone have a difference of opinion to that 5-star review?
Spike. See, Spike's character for me is certainly not as prominent as in the first film. There are arguments on like the line that Spike is useless in this film and is a complete bystander. I don't think it's to that extent. But is that Jimmy Ink behind you, Baron? I believe it is. See, Jimmy Ink's character. Is it just me? Is it just my preference? Because I did find their character to be more captivating and to be more instrumental driving the plot forward than Spike in this film, I'd argue.
Yes, 100%. But if you take into account the fact that Spike was effectively the main character of the previous film, to take a back seat and to not then just meld into the background takes a lot of skill. And for an actor of his age, that's incredible.
Yeah, no point. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's a skill. Yeah, that's a skill you're taught to do. So yeah, no, fair point.
And he had to learn to assimilate. It was assimilate or die. So he had to be part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And also he is dealing with two different directors because Rafe and Jack have both spoken about this online in interviews. Danny Boyle is 100 miles an hour, just thoughts, boom, 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 creative, let's try ideas, let's go. And there's coherence and there's a sense to it. The guy's professional, absolutely. But you're caught up in a whirlwind, basically, yeah?
Yeah.
Nia DaCosta is contemplative, meditative. She takes her time. She's efficient. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Absolutely. This film was made pretty damn quickly. But you just fall into this, let's just sit in the emotional vibe of what we're going for here.
For sure.
Which Rafe, he's that type of actor to a T. And Jack O'Connell also loved that about it as well. Yeah. And so for Spike to come along and have those two different styles on a set for his age is commendable as well, to be able to adopt quickly. Yeah. So point. Yeah.
Now the 1-star review that I picked, it says, I have seen a lot of horror movies, but this is the very first movie since my childhood from which I had to leave the movie theater after about 45 minutes. The movie is self-serving violence, gore, and cruelty. The only message it holds is that there is no hope for any good in the world. If a movie like this can get this high positive ratings, then all my faith is lost in humanity. So it might be a second language English. I'm not gonna call that out, but I think what the person has. Okay, so this is Act 2. This is the drop in the story. So there's Act 1. We get that positive, lovely story about Spike growing up and leaving his community. We've got Act 2 where all of the bad shit happens. In Act 3, we will see the resurrection of the world, or there'll be towards it.
It's a shame they didn't stay till the end of the film.
Correct. Did anyone not like the way this film ended?
No, I enjoyed it. I
loved it.
I sort of sat there and went, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" So like, I wasn't expecting that to happen, but in a really good way. That I didn't expect that to happen, and so I enjoyed that.
And also, I think I mentioned it to you, Georgina, on the thread, that it sums up the whole theme of the whole trilogy. That's yes, it's monsters. So humans can be more monstrous than actual monsters. They're worse than the monsters, but the whole thing is that hope has to live on. Hope has to continue, and that message with that voice has been said since the beginning, and it was said again at the end. Zip. And that was beautiful. Are we going to help? Are we going to help them? Of course.
It's like that full circle, the whole
Yeah.
thing has come around and it's sort of showing that all of this exists in the same world. And there is all that cruelty, but there is this there in that world as well. So we show that there is both sides, there's good and evil existing
Yeah,
within
and
this
and a
place.
symbol. Sorry, Georgina.
Oh no, that was all thanks.
A symbolic moment of what you're talking about happens in 28 years later when Mum, who's not in this movie, but Mum, when she comes across the pregnant giving birth in labor infected, and then the hands come up, and then they clutch the hands. That moment symbolizes what you're talking about,
exactly.
This trilogy is about that, and this is another one of those poignant moments showing that,
By the way, children, spoiler for the previous film.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Look, you should be there by now.
Yes, sorry.
So I think the issue is, and I was seeing this through the reviews that I was going through to get these two reviews. There are a lot of people who were going, "What was with the ending of this movie? How that's not a happy ending. We don't know what happened to them." That's like, well, it's part 2 of a 3-part, guys. Come on, surely you know that.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Think of this if you were. No, I don't want to compare to that, man. This is just one long piece of work. Yes.
Yeah.
And this was simply the second installment that we were offered. Yes, that we were given. Yeah. And there's the way it was put together and the way that it's put together at the side, the way that it starts with that little vocal element, which Soxy alluded to. Yeah, that's from the very, very beginning. And then having that at the start and then having the very end, just those little subtle moments, but which really subtly sorry, I'm getting my adjectives wrong, that it wasn't a big dramatic moment. It was very grounded, stated in the way it was enacted, but the way it moves the plot forward is huge. So you're excited about the third movie.
Yeah, it leaves you with so many questions for the next one.
Yes.
Where are people? What's going on? Like, has people other characters died, or are they there? Will they arrive? Will they come back? Just all those questions.
Absolutely.
Now, a little bit of trivia for people. We've got 2 pieces of trivia here. So that bone temple, which is super impressive, was actually constructed using approximately 5,500 skulls and 150,000 individual bones, all of which were individually cast and assembled.
Nice.
They were mounted onto roughly 1,000 vertical uprights, creating the temple's columnar structure. So, yes. What do people think of the bone temple?
Oh,
beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's well crafted, and you can see him behind Jean there, the example of these skulls. They stand up to close-ups, and the reality is there in them. It's not like we've just made a whole bunch of props and just thrown them all together. Each one is individually beautiful, which is
Yes.
No. It's an ossuary, a temple, a church, like Memento Mori. It just really conveys Dr. Kelson's message incredibly strongly. And I think it's beautiful. I think they should keep it once the movies are done. Please do. Please protect it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the way it's shown in this movie, like to the end, bird's eye shot. Yeah, that's all.
Stunning.
They need to
Sorry, Ben, after you.
They need to Hobbiton that shit.
Yes. I thought that when I was looking at it. I was like, can you imagine this in that situation, being able to go walk through there?
Yeah.
That's
that
exactly
would be a dream come true.
Yeah.
Question for the pod. Is an ossuary a better way to go for a society to intern their dead? Those are the right words, I think, yes. Than a graveyard, than a cemetery.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I think it's a place of all faiths, where a lot of people have kind of lost them where to go. I find a lot of people now with burial, it's not used to be like certain religions or spiritual choices chose burial. Some choices chose cremation for these spiritual things. People just choose them randomly now. So I don't think they're so attached to the way that these their body goes actually in the end anymore. So something like that would be quite beautiful.
Yeah.
It's quite beautiful. I think it's more environmentally friendly and sound. Absolutely. And yeah, and it's just more poignant. It's
Give
just
me
a
a second
better
while
way to
I'm gonna.
remember the dead, I
Yeah,
think, yeah, than a bunch of crumbling
yeah, that's right.
Mm.
concrete. Yeah.
Give me a second. I'm gonna get Sam to take this dog.
All
All right.
good.
Yeah,
All
can you
good.
take this dog, please?
So, Soxy, did you have any gripes about the film?
Please.
Hmm. That's a good question. Um, Not really, honestly. I went in with very low expectations and it exceeded those expectations by a heck of a lot. I really enjoyed it. Like you said, the continuation of the story and the everything coming full circle and like I said before, the visuals, it was just um a lot of fun and I really enjoyed the comic aspect to it, which we don't really get in any other films in the
Yeah.
series, which was novel, it was fun, and it was very nostalgic to those of us who grew up in the 90s and 2000s. And yeah, it was very interesting.
Okay. Mr. Popcorn, what about you? Do you have any gripes with the film? Any niggles? Any little problems?
I've tried to find some just to challenge myself after the second viewing, Baron, and I really don't think so. I
Okay.
even went to the, annoying critics, well, critics online to see what they brought up. And there was talk about, yeah, it's kind of spoilery. Um, the view of the humans via the infected, yeah, the way they view the
Ah,
humans, how they
Mm,
worked with all that
Yes.
sort of thing. But they're still, eating them at the end then. Yeah, but they're feral beasts,
Mm,
they're hungry. There was that kind of ridiculous discourse going on where
mm,
you're just quibbling now to that
mm.
extent. And I did look at that and it's just like, no, these are like infected. They're not zombies. When they get shot, when they get stabbed, they die. So it
that's it.
makes sense. They have a metabolism they need to feed. That's
Mm.
why
Yeah.
they rest and bathe in the water as well, because they're
yeah.
not just
Yeah.
running all the time like the franchise introduced us to at the start. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't have a gripe with that. I didn't have a gripe
Yeah.
with that. And yeah, I don't think so. That
Okay.
may be a
Yeah.
spoiler for my
Yeah.
rating, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
Gina, what about you? Did you have anything that rubbed you the wrong way in the film?
I'm with Jane, not particularly. I mean, I think there's lots of things like you were saying that looking at the humans in the way it's new information,
Yeah.
and new information is because this place was just closed down. There was no more research done. There was no more anything done about this. So there was no way to find out anything about these
Yeah.
infected. They just
Mm.
locked
Yeah.
it down and left it. So
Yeah.
having somebody like the doctor and bringing in that whole idea of um, maybe being able to find medical help or a cure that was not looked for, I like that also. I know you
Mm.
asked me what I didn't like. I found something that I did
Yes.
like to take.
Positive. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fine.
See, that's how it goes.
I
Um,
have. I'll go on. Sorry. Yes.
so
No.
just if I may quickly, like I really liked the way this film treated mental illness
Yep.
as
Yes.
well, because a lot of the relationship between Dr. Kelson and Samson, even the nostalgic whimsy you alluded to there, Soxy,
Yeah.
as well. We're looking at Kelson's mental illness, which has grown to at this stage, like deep, profound loneliness has
Yep.
seriously started to affect him.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that is shown through that light-hearted whimsy, but there's
Yeah.
serious, sad stuff going on, and Rafe is the
Mm.
actor to fucking convey that, of
Yeah.
course.
Mm.
Yeah. And then we look at the conversation that happens with our two, lead males there later on when we're talking about paternal roles, yeah, from the
Yeah.
Mm.
father and acceptance of the
Yeah.
father and all that. I'm
That's
trying
right.
to dance around things as much as possible, but you get me.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
shown very respectfully, but how a lot of this is like, oh, these people are just very unwell because of the apocalypse they
Yeah.
leave. And no
Yeah.
wonder there's flippant cults forming based
That's
on the
right.
scraps of information from history they have on religion and pop culture.
That's right. They've left
Mm.
without any real information on anything. So they're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
making up the bits as they go.
Yeah, and
Mm.
children, those who were put off by the ending, we did this, Baron, on the last episode. I'll just say it quickly here. All of the parkour type, what the F is that stuff,
Uh,
that has been that's just been, say, spread out to such a sensible way you can't argue with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
So that, yeah.
Now, my only niggle with the film, and I've now seen it twice as well,
Please.
and this is only because I've played D&D for most of my life. In the scene where the Jimmies are going to go to meet Dr. Kelson, right, the night before,
Sure.
who's on watch? They were all asleep. They're in a world with literal rage zombies, and no one was watching.
That's fair. That
True.
is fair. Yeah.
You found it. You
Yeah.
found it, Baron.
Maybe they're just used to their environment. I don't
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah,
look,
no.
I remember sitting in the theater going, who's on watch?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my only real niggle with it. The one thing that I really did like that was a tie back to the previous film, and I don't know whether anyone else picked this up or not, or I haven't seen it as a theory online, but what was the toy that Spike had in his bedroom in the previous film?
Some kind of action figure, but I can't
Yep.
remember what it was.
Ah,
Red Power Ranger.
yes.
It was a Power Ranger. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
color tracksuit did Jimmy Ink wear?
Oh, right. Yes.
Okay,
That's
nice. Yeah,
nice. I like
I
that
get you.
idea.
I get you.
Yeah. A hero. Yeah.
So yeah, there was a really nice little link back to the
Yeah.
previous film, which I enjoyed.
Well
Mm.
done there.
Was there anything in particular that stands out to you as the best moment of the film? We'll start with Mr. Popcorn. What was the best thing in the film for you?
Sorry. For those listening,
We're going to be the same right here, I think.
how do I say that for those listening and not spoil it?
The performance.
The performance, the best needle drop in cinematic history, especially if you grew up in the 80s and the 90s and you're a heavy metal fan.
Oh, yes.
But also the way this song is used, because look up the way what the song was actually about. Yeah?
Yeah.
It wasn't all just raise horns to the sky and have a good mosh. There's actual kind of mental illness based on war. Yeah,
Yeah.
is what the
Yeah.
song's actually about. Yeah, so again, perfection. Yeah,
Yeah.
the layers of reference and representation in this,
Yeah.
the way that was subtly done in a grounded fashion. Yeah.
What about you, Gene? What did you find the best? What was the best part of the film for you?
Mine is the same. Mine's exactly the same. I don't want
That's why we're
to
friends.
spoil and say what it is. Like, yeah, but as a heavy metal fan as a kid,
Yeah.
they're either one of my favorite metal bands.
And the performance, the
Yeah.
setup, the props
Yeah.
of it, the reactions. I mean, that would have been the best film shoot to be on ever that
Oh
night.
my
Yeah,
God.
that
The energy is just
and Jack O'Connell got to do that and the Rocky Road to Dublin shoot, yeah. And that was in the middle of the night in Louisiana. I heard him talk about that, and he said that was transcendent as well. Yeah.
Soxy, what about you? Or are you just joining the bandwagon?
Oh, I'm joining the bandwagon.
That's right. It's epic.
Yeah, look, I think mine's the same. I think it's the same. Like it was a beautiful piece of staging. It was the song was picked perfectly. The performance by Rafe and everyone there, spectacular. And then to have that performance that he made taken to the level that it is by the special effects team, like with the fire effects and the lighting and the makeup and the costume, like it should be shown in cinema schools as an example of what to do.
And making it realistic enough that it's something that he could achieve.
Yes.
With all the stuff that he has, because he's been using all these things for many years, and he's been using those to create, or his bones. So he's very skilled with this fire, and he could pull this off.
Yeah.
And I loved how you got to hear Rafe Kelson sing as well, as well as the record, because it's just this human trying to survive this crazy situation he's been put under, because he didn't choose to put on this performance. He was conscripted very violently, aggressively to do so.
Okay, you want to tell.
And so that's, again, the campness was used beautifully as well. It wasn't just camp. This movie is not goofy in the slightest.
No.
I'm always afraid of goofiness, but this movie has not a touch of it.
But you got to think of that character how often you would listen to those vinyls that you have in
Yes.
collection. That's all you have,
Yeah.
So the amount of times that you would listen to
Yeah.
these are your precious items. Their only connection to any kind of the past, connection to music, that they'll
Yeah.
be so important to you.
And it's the era we grew up in. It's the era that these films came out in as well
Mm.
in Britain, because also it's just British classics basically throughout the era,
Yeah.
pretty much from Duran Duran's first album onwards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
in this film. And that again, being very respectful to Danny Boyle and the franchise, Nia DaCosta, you killed this. You are a director to be taken very
Oh,
seriously.
yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So my question is, does 28 weeks later still fit into this story?
Yeah, nah.
No.
Yeah, I've been
I won't
thinking
be so
about that a lot.
flippant.
Um, well, I would like to see more of a tie-in to it or some more of a reference to it in the next film, in all honesty. Especially seeing is where the story is maybe going,
Yep.
Yeah.
because of how that particular film ended. Because we know that spoilers here, but we know that it has been wiped out or under control in other countries.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how it goes, it could still maybe be part of the story, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like your thoughts there that maybe they'll pull it back in and give us that, but
Mm.
without that, I'd say no. But hopefully, right, they will give us
Yeah,
a little
I mean,
bit more
it's
of
it's
that.
definitely not my favorite film in the franchise by far, but I'd still like it to somehow make sense within the
Yeah,
world.
Good.
definitely.
Do we not think that maybe the allusion to the Norwegian soldiers in the previous film is that link back to that?
Possibly.
But I like what you said. I really like the fact that it maybe something in the final film ties a nice bow over the whole thing, including
Yeah.
that film. So maybe, uh, okay, let's get to the ending. Like we've all been kind of dancing around.
Yes.
So Cillian Murphy or Killian Murphy, however you want to pronounce it. We keep getting these actors and directors and writers that have got these names. They're like, it could go either way.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Killian or Cillian Murphy, we get that full circle back to him. So at the end of the film, Spike and she's no longer Jimmy Inc. Kelly.
Yes.
Spike and Kelly are running for their lives from some of the infected. They are in a lovely fieldy sort of part of the world, and we are introduced once again to Cillian Murphy or Cillian Murphy's character and his daughter in a lovely little cottage in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he's teaching her history. And then they hear a ruckus and they see.
Hold on. Just to pinpoint something, he's teaching the history of World War One and Two, which is important to this
Yes.
franchise.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, you are. You're right. I glossed over that. So they hear a ruckus. They come out of their lovely little cottage and they see Spike and Kelly running away from the infected. And the question is, are we going to help them? And the answer is, of course we are.
Yeah.
Which then
So good.
roll credits.
Yeah.
So yes, do we think that now gives the world some hope?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. I think that's what that's trying to portray. That,
Hmm.
like, suggested in the One Star, it was a kind of a bleak film in places. There was suggestions that humanity is lost and dying with the whole behavior from the Jimmies. And this is giving you back that little bit of hope for the future.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because it is a very humane setting. It's the way they're treating each other is very kind, very gentle.
Yeah.
It's very important what they're talking about in relation to everything.
Yeah.
And I think having Cillian Murphy at the end, because this is the star everyone's been waiting for to come back, having him there and that way with that tone, saying that last line of the film. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
That's
And I
who we are.
think
That's what we do.
maybe where you were right there, Soxy, and I think Baron a bit as well, bringing in the outside world, the non-quarantined world.
Mm.
Yeah, with the army, because that was a lot in the first film, having
Yep.
rewatched most of it
Yeah.
today. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that cannot be forgotten. And tell me if I should edit this out, but I'm just trying to remember myself. Spike's family, yeah, is that all gone now?
No, they're still there.
They're still there,
Yeah.
So that's
as far
there.
as we know.
So there's something for the third film we have to think
Yeah.
about
Well,
as
maybe
well.
their
Yeah.
policy is that you never go back. Like, so if you go and you get lost there, you can't come back.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
Mm, mm.
So I
Yeah,
feel
so
sorry for that person with the 1-star review. Like they checked out of this film before the needle drop. And
Yeah.
yeah,
they didn't get to experience
yeah.
it. So all they got was the nasty stuff at the start.
yeah, that's right.
Mm.
Go
Yeah.
listen to that album. And there's
Mhm.
poetry in every language. Just go read some poetry, then come back and watch the film.
Yes.
Yeah. Please, if you're not feeling anything from this film. Yeah. And think about like the violence and why they called it charity. Yeah. Have a look into that as well. Yeah.
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 So
And please, Baron,
I
go
was going to say,
ahead.
for the children out there, just be aware there are some quite confronting scenes in
Mm.
this. There are some really heavy themes.
Yeah.
The Jimmies are not nice people. While they do save Spike at the end of the first of these 3 films, they are not nice people.
No.
Yeah. But the violence is there to explore social themes, which I
Correct.
feel they
Yeah.
do through
Yeah, exactly.
the use of blasphemy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that in this film, certainly with Jimmy. JC, Jesus Christ, the upside down cross,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it wasn't Saint Francis. What was his name? It was a saint who demanded to be crucified upside down because he wasn't worthy to be crucified in the
Oh,
same
I
way
should
as
know that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Had his name, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
just that interplay of the symbology where they're able to explore the social themes that are going on of cults, charismatic leaders,
Yeah.
religion, etc., etc. So basically, what's happening in the apocalypse, in a very layered, clever way, they're looking at what's happening now. Yeah, in 2026,
Yeah,
which is
it's
another
true.
for this film for me. Yeah.
For those people screaming at the podcast, it was Saint Peter.
Thank you.
Crucified upside down, feeling unworthy to die in the same
Yeah.
manner as
Mm.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So that's the actual upside down cross in this
That
film,
is.
not just Satan.
as
No.
opposed
Even though
to
there is
It's
Satan in this film.
opposite of
Yes.
God sometimes. It doesn't really often mean Satan, it means opposite of
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, it's about opposites when you're talking
Yeah.
about blasphemy, as you know, the
God.
G
Opposing
divine.
energy,
Yeah.
yeah.
all righty. So let's get to ratings. I'll go last. Who would like to go first?
5.
Go on, you do it.
5.
The 5 from
As-
Mr. Popcorn.
Yeah, upon the second viewing, and I do suggest watch this twice. Yeah, because everything
Yeah.
that we've been talking about, you don't necessarily catch it on the first viewing. You do on the second. Definitely. It's a 5. I can't fault it. I try to as a challenge. And I like to critique in a constructive way. And I just look forward to the third one and what Nia DaCosta will be given next. Yeah. Thank you for this film, definitely, because this is my favorite zombie stuff. It's reaffirmed it as number 1 for me now. Yes, absolutely. 5.
Ginoir.
I think I'm gonna have to probably go the same.
Okay.
With all the work in between religion and cults and discussion of what is religion, that's very much something I love exploring. So it gave me a lot of stuff that I love to dig my mind into. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 5 as well. Yeah.
Soxy.
Nice.
So upon my first viewing, as you know, I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yep.
Upon the second viewing, though, I think I took in a lot more. It gave me a lot more to think about. I was seeing more details and more little tie-ins and little bits, and it's bumped up to a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
See?
Oh, do I be the
Break the chain.
one dissenting voice? I'm going to give it a 4.75 only because there's one more film to come.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would like to give an overall score after it's all done.
That's
Ooh,
fair.
that's a good idea.
Okay.
So I think
do that.
there's probably still some room for improvement is probably not the right term. I think this story still has some legs, and I think the next film may increase my 4.75 to a 5, but it's so close to a 5. It's not funny. I really enjoyed it. The second time around, enjoyed it even more. So yeah, look, children, do go and see this. See it at the cinema. Help them out. Make sure they've got enough money to do the next one. And when it comes out, buy it on physical media, or buy it on VOD. Don't just wait for it to come on streaming. Give this company some money, because they're doing amazing stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be purchasing this. It's going to be the start of my physical media collection in earnest. This will be the first piece, and I'm going to wait for the box set, I think.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Maybe the first one, then the box set. I'll probably buy it straight away. I won't be able to help myself. Can I give a couple of honorable mentions in terms of acting? We did mention Jimmy Inc. / Kelly a couple of times. Could you I can bring it up, their name.
I'll just do this. So Kelly is Erin Kellyman.
Beautiful. And who played Samson? Because Samson slays it in this movie.
He does.
So Samson was played by an actor stuntman called Chi Lewis Parry. He's done a bunch of stunt stuff, and he's done a bunch of TV stuff. For those people of my vintage, in the episode of Red Dwarf where there were Gelfs around a fire, and Lister had to marry a Gelf, which turned out to be a famous TV cook. One of the other Gelfs around the fire on that episode was Chi Lewis Parry.
There you go.
Amazing.
But amazing,
but
there's so much I wanted to say about him during this, but it would give away so much.
It would give away so much of the really juicy stuff.
That's right.
He's a big part of the film, folks.
He's a big part of the film.
And I say that as like a big part of the story and a big part
in every way.
Samson. But the mythic illusions with his character and the relationship to Kelson. I'll just leave it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That stuff was really, really good. And please give him more work, because of what he could do just with his eyes, as well as his presence as well. Jason Momoa is cool, no disrespect, but more big guys like this in the industry.
And it's so hard for them to get that kind of work. They deserve it.
Absolutely. Saying that, Momoa is the perfect choice for Lobo.
I agree.
It's the perfect choice for Lobo.
In the UK, and I don't know whether they cast from them or not, but there is a management company called Uglies, and it's all people that don't fit the normal symmetrical, conventionally attractive mold.
Uglies, you say?
So we would do that. Yes. I would love to see who they cast from the Uglies. Rest in peace, Simon Fisher-Becker. Simon Fisher-Becker was an actor from the UK who played Dorian Maldivar from Doctor Who. He's played a bunch of stuff. He used to be the live-action fat controller for the train, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Right.
Was at a convention. He told me all about the Uglies, and he said he got more work out of them than he did out of any other management company.
I like that. That's fantastic, because awesome. Steve Buscemi is one of the best actors on the goddamn planet. Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest in peace, is god level. Except go on and on and on.
So exactly right.
All right. Well, what about plugs, folks? I'll go first. I will always plug Act React. We've got Speed the Movie, the play in Perth at the moment. We will have it in Brisbane at the Brisbane Comedy Festival. I'll always plug Improv Queensland. We've got Sex Fashional coming up just before Valentine's Day in February. So we've got the show on the 13th at the Pip Theatre. IFWG Publishing, Supernova always does me right. And who else?
Escape Manor.
Evil Corp.
Absolutely. Curse them, but go check out Shawshank Redemption at Ipswich Little Theatre. Jokes, of course.
They're lost, Mr. Popcorn.
Thank you. But it is King, and we're all about King, so please go see it, definitely. And that's all. Soxy.
Oh, of course. Shout out.
Sorry. Georgina,
All
was
good.
there anything else? My apologies.
No, I've got some projects in the pipeline, but nothing I could discuss.
Same. Yeah. So.
Oh, good. Shout out to Perth horror fans. Keep an eye out because the Perth Horror Film Festival will be opening for submissions again soon. We also have some Dreadful Fright screenings in the pipeline, so keep an eye out for that. Shout out to Dr. Scary's Mazes. They're available for hire across WA. You can go to amusementridesforhire.com or call David on 0414956410. And shout out to Clouts Hire Entertainment, who now have their own horror-themed maze, which is making its way around to a lot of different country fairs around WA. I've just started with them over the weekend.
Nice.
They've just debuted their maze, and it's a lot of fun in there. So keep an eye out.
Oh.
Yeah, cool.
All of it's excellent. Are we going to do any recommendations, or are we done?
How do people feel? Do we want to finish, or do you want to do a quick recommendation watch list?
Up to you guys.
We'll do a quick.
Good either way.
Let's do a quick recommendation. So the thing
Yeah.
that I'll recommend that I watched recently at Mr. Popcorn's behest was Dust Bunny. With Mads Mikkelsen and Sigourney Weaver and the wonderful Sophie Sloane who played Aurora in it, and of course David Desmalchian. Folks, don't get put off by it. It has a lovely dark heart, and Mads Mikkelsen is amazing in it. So yeah, check out Dust Bunny.
Excellent. I will definitely be watching that. And I suggest Chain Reactions on Shudder. Delightful little documentary about one of the best films ever made, period, regardless of genre.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
I'm not mad at that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Baron, of course. We have basically 5 celebrities, but they're notable people. We have Takesha Miike. We have Stephen King himself. Patton Oswalt's section is brilliant. He speaks about it wonderfully as well. And so if you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, these are just basically 5 artists is a better word, and how their art and lives in general was affected by one of the most impactful films of all time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, nice. That's
good. Hooper. Yeah. What do you got, Gina?
I just started The Beauty, the new Ryan Murphy offering. I've been enjoying it. I know how he can be Mr. Popcorn sometimes lately with his work, but it's very, people go straight away like the substance. That's where you first think where your mind goes, but it is definitely not going down that line.
What's the basic premise, please?
It's basically a way that you can become beautiful in hours, but I don't want to tell you the way.
I'm with you.
Because the way is important. So I don't want to tell you the way, because that's the main, oh my God, that's a really good idea part of it to me. So I'm not going to tell you that just yet. So that's on Disney. So, first 3 episodes are out at once, which I like that. Didn't just give us 1 episode and leave us hanging. First 3 to get you really into the whole plot, and give it a go.
Soxy?
Well, I recently finally got around to watching Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. I love a good murder mystery. This one was a lot of fun. If you enjoy the previous films, definitely go check it out. I don't want to give away anything, but it's got a great cast and a great story and a lot of fun.
Yeah, I second it. It's really good. It's probably my favorite of the 3 so far.
Mine too.
I don't want to yuck anyone's yum ever, but is it better than Glass Onion? Because I just enjoy that so much. Yeah.
Yes,
okay, good. Because I love Knives Out. Knives Out.
Darker.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, cool.
I always love this Agatha Christie style.
There's an acid bath.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in. Sold.
I'm in. Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I think that's us for the thing. I will get on a soapbox just at the very end, folks. When I was over in Perth, I did meet up with one of my friends from high school who's a fly-in, fly-out mining kind of person. He moved to Western Australia from New South Wales. He is currently looking down the barrel of a very bad cancer diagnosis. So shout out to Adam. if you're watching or listening. I'm not sure whether you do or not. But the one thing that he reminded me of is to stay young up here in your body.
Yeah.
You have to move every day. You have to speak every day, and you have to create every day. And that doesn't necessarily mean, create a movie. It can mean writing a poem. It can mean writing a book. It can mean singing. So folks, move, talk, and create every day.
Doom scrolling.
Yeah, less of that.
Yeah, less doom scrolling.
Yeah, MTC. I like that. MTC. Yeah, I like that. That's a beautiful way to end up. This was a great episode about a great film. Thank you, Barry. Yeah, really.
Well, folks, thank you very much for coming along on this little journey with us tonight. People want to do their sign outs?
Well, how's that for this one?
Good.
Yeah. Bye from G Noir. Till next time.
Doxy?
Oh, it's been great to be back. I can't wait for the next one.
Mr. Popcorn?
How's that?
Go to bed, children. Go to bed.
Oh, I love it when you're evil. This is me at my most evil. Do you even laugh?